Hi and welcome to another 5 minutes tutorial, and this time about the normal map. But I think most of you have seen a normal map, so if I change this a little bit to non-color, go to render view, I have here a texture. This is a normal map, and the reason we have a normal map is that this is a flat plane, but by using a normal map we can transform that or fake that we have some height and details into this plane, and that we normally do by just adding a normal map node. So by pressing Shift A, go to vector, select a normal map and take this to color and take the normal. We get then the height and the depth here, and those are described with red, green and blue color. So the red color is then for the x-axis, the green color is for the y-axis and the blue color is for the height. So if I separate this like this, separate x, y, z, you can see here this is then for the shadows from this direction, from the x direction, and the same with the y, and then you have the height here. So how does it work more than it's red, green, blue? Well, first of all, if we use just the normal, not the normal map, but the normal, we have values that we look at that is between 0 and 1, and then we have values that are like hidden or below, and that could also be a negative number. But we can never transform a negative number into an image, because that will always just be black. So it's decided that the normal map should never have anything going below 0, so we have to transform a normal to a normal map. And we need to get all the deviations from this plane here. So when we have something that is not straight on the plane, we need to measure that. And I will show you how it works by taking away this and adding a texture coordinate. So Shift A, input a texture coordinate, and take the normal here to the base color. And you can see everything is blue. But if I now take and copy this one, Shift D, I just drag it out by pressing GX like this, and go to the first one, pressing Tab and subdivide. So right click, subdivide, put it to like 100, and just click on some vertices here and do some G Z to drag it up like this. Like I should have proportional editing on. So GZ like this. Then you can see we get different colors here. And same if I drag it down like that, or if I change it even more in some direction like this, then I get a lot of different colors. So if I go to tab here, I get different colors here. But I need to transform these, because this can be negative. I cannot have a negative on an image. So what we do then is separate the XYZ. So we have it like that. And then we use a map range. So put in a map range, and we say if it is -1, it should be 0, and if it's 1, it should also be it should be 1 here. So it's between 0 and 1 now, and we can use that on the y direction as well. So I just copy this one and put that to the y direction, and then I use the same to the Z direction, but we do a little bit different in the Z direction, because you saw that everything was blue from the beginning. We would like it to be like black from the beginning and then get blue afterwards. So we can change that to 1 here, 0 here, and we have also decided with the normal map that should have some blue always. So 0.5 should be the lowest number and 1 the highest. So we have those. And then you just combine everything. So Shift A, go to converter and combine color. See if we can find it. Here we have it. So the first one to red, the next one to green, and the lowest one to blue, and it now looks like this. So we get this in here. And now we just need to bake it. So we create a texture, Shift A, go to texture, and an image texture. And now we have a new texture, so we can select new, and we can change these values or name to normal map test, something like that. Take away the alpha and just select that as a new image, and change the color space if we can to non-color, and select that one, go to render and go down to bake. Now we are in cycles. If you don't find it, go to cycles and change bake type into diffuse, and here we take away everything except color, and now we can bake, and we bake here, we then get a result as you can see here. If I go to the image editor and go to normal map test, here we have my new normal map, and I will use that in the other one. So here I just take away the material and I create a new material and add the normal map. So Shift A, texture, image texture, and Shift A, vector, normal map like this, and take the color to color, take the normal to normal, and go down and find my normal map test here, and now I have something here. It doesn't look so good, but we take down the strength a bit, and suddenly you have like a copy of this one. So now we have everything in here, and it works really nice. So if I move this light here, we can see the shadows is changing on this, and everything looks like it's not a flat plane, but in fact it is. So this is not a flat plane, but this is a flat plane. But from the top here, it doesn't look flat anymore, because now I have a normal map that we created ourselves into this. So everything is about the surface and the deviation from the surface. So when it deviates in the X direction, we use red to tell the normal map that it had changed, and the same in the Y, we use green, and if it's changing the height, we use blue, so we can see if it's going down, as we see here, or if it's going up, as it does here. And then we can control the height or the strength normally here, and be a little bit careful to use the correct amount. So that is how you can create a normal map. When you do it with texture, not with real geometry, by instead using a photo like a photo of a brick wall, then you do a little bit different, because then you need to have the difference between the pixels that are neighbors, so you know if it's a little bit brighter or it's a little bit darker, so you know from which side the shadow is coming from. And normally you do something called a Sobel calculation, where you compare these pixels with each other, and it's a little bit more job to do that, but it can be done as well in Blender, but no, not in this 5 minutes, and I have already used more than 5 minutes. So I just say bye for now, and now we have seen a little bit how you can create a normal map and how it differs from just a normal. So see you tomorrow, and hopefully you learn something today as well.